We are watching the new dev reveal, which is supposed to be really exciting. I've heard, but it's blind. I haven't seen anything. Let's go.
Hey everyone, I'm Paul, aka Pabro.
And I'm Andre, also known as Midler.
I love both these guys so much.
So
I want the map
we'll
back to
continue to
normal.
find the right balance for thematic seasons moving forwards.
But
speaking of which,
the updated
time to
version
talk
was
about
nice.
season 1 of 2026.
Okay,
For
what
this,
is it?
we wanted a contrast from 2025.
Spoiler,
with
I
its
know what it is.
Ancient danger, a dark end, and quite a bit of scheming throughout.
Okay.
So next year, we want to kick things off with themes of unity, hope, and justice. With a
And
drop of
transphobia.
righteous judgment thrown in there for good measure.
It's Demacia. Yeah.
So that
Yes,
means
we love
Petrosite,
Demacia.
gold and blue accents on the map, as well as some
Whoa.
Demacia themed skins, including some champions reimagined as Demacians.
Whoa,
with plenty of
Flopmacia.
non-Demacia skins for some
An
variety.
ACAB.
That also means that the yearly
Whoa.
cinematic in January.
Of non-Demacia skins for
Oh.
some variety.
That also means that the yearly cinematic in January will feature
Is that
Demacian
Morgana?
champions. We're going back to old
Wow.
school Demacia this time. Back in time
She
for
is
what some
so
might consider
pretty.
the golden age of Demacia.
Oh my
When it was a
God.
beacon of hope and a bastion of justice.
Oh my God.
Andrew,
Wow.
Are we forgetting something?
I don't think so.
We'll walk you through some of the summer group
Freak.
changes
Everyone
coming in
hates
January.
Freak for some reason. I love Freak.
Hey everyone, I'm Riot
Hey.
Step.
And I'm Freak.
I don't
and
know
we're here
this
to talk to
person
you
on
about
the
the
right.
Summoner's Rift gameplay changes coming in January.
Over the last few
Okay.
years, League has been largely about team fighting over neutral objectives. Fighting
Yes.
around grubs,
Otacon.
dragons, or that
Otacon.
vision ward you just
Scuttle
placed
Crab.
around grubs. and
Otacon.
dragons.
Scuttle Crab.
And while we know
Otacon. Scuttle
5v5s
Crab.
make for some of the highest highs, we want to swing back towards a state where more strategies like splitting or sieging
They're
are more
removing
viable.
Otacon.
So we're making some changes to major neutral objectives, towers, and minions in order to do
And
justice.
when they make Baron spawn 20
Additionally, we're
minutes
making
again?
adjustments to roles so everyone has an appropriate impact on the outcome of each game, because right now, some lanes are much better at turning a winning lane into a winning game.
We also have some
Okay.
delightful improvements.
Wait, so what are they
let's get started.
changing?
The first thing you'll notice in January is that the game starts faster. We want to reduce downtime after you load in, so
Yes!
minions and basic jungle camps first spawn 35 seconds earlier than they do today.
35 seconds earlier. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. It is so annoying when people just AFK at level 1 and the game just ends because something stupid happens. Yes.
You'll still be
So
able to pull
good.
off early invades, but you'll have to be much more decisive when you load in.
Yes.
We're also making some changes to
This is so
vision.
good.
It's an incredibly powerful tool in League, but right now it feels monopolized by supports and sometimes by
Yeah.
teams. We want to make effectively warding the map easier to learn for everyone and give more opportunities and power to ward drops by pushing champions,
I don't know if I
especially
like
mid
that.
and top laners who are side laning later in the game.
Where are they going with this?
So, we're adding Phaelites, locations that grant temporary bonus vision to wards with unique bonus vision areas for each spot.
Wait, what? Wait, so this is putting wards down gives you like big AoE vision, or like you get a free ward if you capture this spot?
Some Phaelite rings will be available at the beginning of each game, while
Okay.
others reveal themselves when the Elemental Rift transforms, particularly those that would otherwise disrupt early game jungle.
Okay, so on to the
So what do they
objectives.
do?
Otacon was one of the biggest additions.
So they didn't really explain what they did, but let's look back. Like, what is this? Is if you
So,
put a
we're
ward
adding
there?
Phaelites,
Like it is this him putting a ward down?
locations that grant temporary
Or is this
bonus vision
him
to
just
wards
getting
with
to the
unique bonus
Phaelite
vision areas for
first?
each spot. Some Phaelite rings will be available at the beginning of each game, while others
Or is it just a spot that you go in and it is like a temporary blue trinket?
reveal themselves when the Elemental Rift transforms,
It's a
particularly
ward here
those
spot,
that
so it helps
would
new
otherwise
players know
disrupt early
good
game
ward
jungle.
spots, but it makes them
so on to
uber
the
wards.
objectives. Otacon was one of the biggest additions to the
Okay.
Rift this year, and was a pretty cool,
Interesting.
unique
That's
objective
cool.
to fight over. That said, he contributed to objective fatigue, which many of you cited as
Yes.
an issue, and we
There's a
agree.
fight. Yeah. Okay. I was saying this obviously when I was saying remove Otacon. League has a problem where there's always a fight to be had, which kind of leaned towards early game champions being strong. And it's been kind of an annoying meta where like you can't play tanks in the jungle, for example, unless they're broken. Because if you're a tank, what are you doing at the level 5 grubs fight? And if you lose the level 5 grubs fight, what are you doing at the level 6 dragon fight, or vice versa? And then what are you doing at the, you know what I mean? It's like nonstop fight. And who's good at fighting? Who likes constant fighting? What class do we all hate? Everyone say it with me. Bruisers. And that's who's been meta for forever. So hopefully this will address that.
We wanted to alleviate this over time. We had removed the second
Hey, Stevie.
form of Otacon, we removed the second set of grubs, but it
Yes.
really wasn't enough. So,
It
just
isn't.
like Zehen did, we are cutting Otacon out of the game.
Yes!
That includes blood roses and the petals with them.
Oh, I like the roses
That's it.
though.
Let us know what you
Wait.
think about limited time gameplay changes and if there's something you'd like to see more.
I liked the roses.
But back to Otacon, his removal also means that Baron will go back to his old 20-minute spawn time.
Nice. Oh my god, this is
Additionally,
just what I
we're
was
making
saying.
all epic monsters more durable, especially late game dragons as you get closer to Dragon Soul.
Whoa.
That should make it so that it's easier for teams on the back foot to contest dragons and other epic monsters. Or trade
Interesting. This also kind of nerfs.
something meaningful on the other side of the map.
This also kind of nerfs early game jungles. Otacon's undone. True. There are some champions who really like to rush early game dragons, and they could solo dragon like very early on. And so like there are some like there are like the Udyrs or Shyvanas of the world, or even like Kazakhs, where what they'll do is they'll path top to bottom and they'll do like a very early dragon. And if you path bottom to top, you just can't fight them because they do a full clear back, path top to bottom, full clear again, and they start the objective. And if you matched tempo, you're on the top side of the map and they could finish dragon before you get there. So making objectives tankier is going to be better for that. And I like the reasoning as well of like slowing down objectives later in order to make the fight harder. You know what I mean? Otacon leaving is funny because everyone was so excited another objective, and now we're happy the objective is leaving. That's true, Stevie. Bruisers are getting stronger on top. Oh god. Blech, spoilers.
Finally, we're also removing feats of strength from the game. We like that they push teams to
Oh.
progress the game and provided goals to rally around. but
Wow.
we think we can create better
That's
game systems
big.
that allow for players to have more individual agency over their games.
Did y'all like feats of strength? I liked feats of strength. I thought it was a rocky start. It took them like 2 months to figure it out. Like obviously the first blood was ridiculous and the initial bonus that you got was ridiculous, but I think for the last half of the season, like they were pretty nicely balanced where, you know, the boots were good. The initial upgrade was strong enough that you felt like you got something. And I wasn't somebody who bought the upgraded boots right away. I would usually do it after my third item because getting your third item spike is usually more important than the extra stats you get. But there were situations where getting the boots was good. I thought the boots were good. I liked feats and it was exciting, but I understand why they're removing it.
With feats
That
getting
makes
the
sense.
boot, we're adding back some gold rewards for first blood and first turret.
Another
that
way
makes
we're
sense.
looking to improve sieging is with a new mechanic called Crystalline Overgrowth, which is kind of like a universal demolish effect.
Huh?
Crystals will build up on towers over several minutes,
Oh.
and when hit, they're consumed to deal an extra burst of damage based on how much buildup has accumulated. This
Okay.
should help enable pushing windows in more
That's
situations,
really
even if
interesting.
you're behind or don't have the highest DPS.
This really actually buffs split pushers because a big part of split pushing is like knowing when you can and can't apply pressure. And so being in a split push lane, a lot of times it's like a dance of going forward and back and forward and back and forward and back and being like, are you coming for me? I have vision. Are you coming for me? You know what I mean? And like, if you go up and just hit the tower once and do a big burst of damage and then back off and do that like 3 times, you break the tower now. It's really strong. And people are going to have to respect when there's crystals built up on their towers too.
Demolish will be sticking around, but will be
And there's
simplified to a
Demolish.
good old 3-hit passive.
We love 3-hit passives.
Yes, we do.
Turret plates
Of
will now
course.
stay on outer turrets permanently and will be added to the inner and inhibitor towers as well. We're doing
What?
this to create long-term piecemeal rewards for pushing. No matter what state the turret's in, you're likely to mine some gold by taking aggressive actions. We're not
Whoa.
adding more gold to the map with these changes. Instead, we're going to be basically spreading out the current gold for killing a tower and splitting it across the plates.
Oh, okay. So now you don't get gold for finishing off a tower. Okay, that's interesting. That still does feel like a good change to me because I think right now there's like this addresses the same issue as Otacon that we were just talking about, where fighting is so rewarded right now that the best thing you can do is any lane, bot lane, mid lane, top lane, is push your wave and roam. It's almost not worth it to siege unless you're playing to like finish a tower or like you have perfect vision or your jungler's with you, because it's just better to go fight with your jungler and win jungle or win somewhere else. So this kind of rewards like staying in lane, you know what I mean? For like mid lane specifically. Mid lane is like a big part of like the control of the map, and being rewarded for just staying mid and being like, you're roaming, I'm getting gold. I think that's a good trade-off. You should get punished for permanently roaming and just clearing the wave and roaming. Like, the other mid laner should get a gold advantage. I think that's fair. I like that. And more split push buffs. So far we've seen, though. It'll feel good for split pushers. Well, I think it'll feel good for what I said as well.
To further facilitate pushing, we're ramping up minion respawn rates in the late game to give more frequent access to sieging turrets. We're also adjusting late game home guards to swiftly take you to your most pushed minion wave in each lane.
And
So adjusting late game home guards to swiftly take you to your most
That's not okay.
frequent access to sieging turrets. We're also adjusting late game home guards to swiftly take you to your most pushed minion wave in each lane.
What?
And finally, Nexus turrets will respawn with partial health missing. We like that the respawn allows
that's
a team
such
to
a
hold
long
their base
home
for a
guard
while
time
and not have to worry about getting backdoored by a Twitch.
Oh my
but
god!
With a full health respawn, it meant that it was honestly incorrect for
also
a sieging
the minion
team
spawn
to
thing
finish
is
killing
weird.
the turret sometimes.
Now for our biggest change for next year. Role
Those
quests.
weren't big?
When you load into the
Wait, I missed
game,
that.
Now for our biggest change for next year. Role quests.
When you load into the game in January, top, bot, and mid lane will now have their own quests that reward unique power, similar to the jungle pet evolutions and the support item upgrades.
You'll progress these new quests by killing minions, champions, plates, towers, or epic objectives. All the things you'd normally be doing in a game.
What are you talking about?
You'll progress even faster by doing those in your assigned lane.
Your quest is decided by which role you've been assigned in the lobby. So if you and a friend or a stranger want to change roles, make sure you do an official trade in Champ Select.
One of our goals with these role quests is to buff top and bot carry relative to the other roles, as they're currently the two weakest, and as a result, the quest rewards are going to be comparatively stronger for them. Now, let's get into the rewards which will be granted in a new role quest slot.
Historically, top laners haven't always felt like they have the agency over the games that they deserved, even if they won their lane. And that's something we would like to change this season. Upon quest completion, top laners will receive pretty much Summoner Teleport for free on top of the two summoners they already chose. Now, if you had taken Teleport in pregame, instead that spell gets a lot stronger, giving a very, very large shield when you use it. In addition to getting a functionally free summoner spell, top laners will also get a bunch of bonus XP up front, more XP from future sources, and an increased level cap.
Now, to mid lane.
What did they just say? Increased level cap? No, you're shitting me. What does this mean? What? Extra summoner spell? Like, okay, so Ignite top laners go crazy. Obviously, like, TP is still going to be really strong, but what are they talking about? What? That just went on and on and on. So they get improved teleport or free teleport. They get bonus damage to minions and bonus experience and increased level cap. What is the level cap now?
More XP from future sources and an increased level cap.
Okay, they didn't show it, but like, what? How does this affect champions who have extra skill points? Like Udyr is a champion that doesn't max all of his skills because you only get 18 skill points and he has enough to slot 20 points because he has no ultimate technically. How does that work? Is he going to be able to max all of his abilities? Like, what, do you not get skill points? Like, this is so confusing and interesting. I gotta see the other ones.
To mid lane. A huge variety of champions can be played there, so we
Please
wanted this
punish
reward to be
roaming.
good,
Please
whether
punish
you're
roaming.
mage,
Please
assassin,
punish
or
roaming.
both, like Malphite mid. And upon completing the quest, mid laners will receive a free tier 3 boot upgrade like the ones you could buy with feats, as well as a faster recall.
Rounding it out for new.
Oh my god, they're getting the fast recall. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's, yeah, more roaming. Oh my god. What? And with this new home guard, like, what? Why would they do fast recall? Oh no. Is it time to quit League, please? It depends on when you get the free TP, but it feels like aggressive top laners who want to fight for first blood are getting rewarded. Yeah, but I think you should be rewarded for that, personally. I do think there is a problem with, or like, I don't know, you should be rewarded for snowballing. They always remove mid-roaming mechanics because they're OP, and then, yeah, they get put right back. All right, is that it? So, is that it? They just get upgraded boots and fast recall?
Quests in bot lane
Yeah, okay. So they're only getting fast recall and upgraded boots, which isn't that big of a power spike, but they did mention that they want to buff bot and top more than mid. So for the most part, a lot of mid laners are usually going magic pen boots if they're AP, which gives them the 17% magic pen or whatever the number is, which is pretty nice in the extra like 7 flat magic pen and the movement speed, of course. The Ionian boots of lucidity give a ton of ability haste, which is good. And then the defensive boots are obviously the defensive boots. And I don't really see a mid laner ever build a different boot. It is only those 4. I don't think I ever see like mobility boots, Swifties, like any of those mid lane. Very matchup specific. And so it's really just the other ones. It would be cool to see. The fast recall is crazy though. Mid laners are going to be all over the map. Oof. Thank you for the 30 stream streak, Carly. Meow. Rooted for snowballing, but get ready for bot lane shit. Oh god, I'm not ready.
We're going to lean even harder into the carry part of the role. So while top laners are getting bonus XP, bot laners are getting a whole bunch of extra gold. When completing their quest, they get a lump sum of gold, increased gold for minion kills, champ kills, and champion assists for the rest of the game. And you might be asking, well then what do I do with all this gold if I hit item cap? Don't worry, the item cap is going up. Your 7th item slot will hold your boots permanently, allowing you to get 6 full legendary items for extra hard late game scaling.
Gag. You're kidding me. They did it. They gave extra items. They finally did it. You're actually kidding me.
Jungle and support.
Honestly, I like it. I like it. I don't have a problem with it. The reason I don't have a problem with it is because I think this will also push mages out of bot lane. Because mages don't scale with gold as well as ADCs do. ADCs are the unique champion in the game who scale harder with gold than any other champion. So I think this is a really good way to address another problem that people have been talking about, which is mages in bot lane and ADC power. I like this. I think this is a good change. I don't know how I feel about the extra item slot, but I like the gold acceleration. I think that's smart. I think that's an effective way to address an issue. And the extra item slot again helps ADCs more than anyone else because they're the ones who benefit most from gold and they have the most expensive items, and so extra items for them do more than they do for other champions. I'm interested.
Already have quests and rewards, but we still wanted to take this opportunity to make some changes to them.
Okay.
Jungle is by far the strongest role in the game right now, especially when it comes to early map influence. So we're slightly lowering the speed of early game clears to give lane matchups a little bit more time to play out uninterrupted.
I actually really like this.
We're also making it harder for non-junglers to steal objectives by increasing their resists and making Smite deal more damage.
Okay, that's also huge. That's also huge. Oh my god, that's also huge. Oh my god, how many times do you see me doing dragon and the enemy team throws a Lux E onto the dragon? It's at 2000 health and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? Like my team is going to DPS it. Lux is going to press her R. There's going to be a Jinx ult flying. 15 things are going to go and I have to smite it like 1600 with like a Cho'Gath ult on the, you know what I mean? Like there's so many things do so much damage. I like this. This is nice. I also like slower clears. Oh my god. I swear, get Zed out of the jungle, get Kiana out of the jungle, get Talon out of the jungle, get these 3-minute jungle clear abominations out of the jungle. I hate them. Please. This is a big nerf for Cassiopeia. The ADC thing? I don't think Cassiopeia bot's a serious pick, but it probably would be. ADCs can get 4 crit items, lifesteal, and GA. Sounds nice. Put a Kali in the jungle? No. I like this. I like slowing down jungle change.
Getting pet upgrades and PvP smite like before. And they're now getting increased golden XP from large monsters when the quest is done, as well as bonus movement speed in the jungle.
Okay. Similar to jungle, we think support is already pretty powerful and has a very functional role quest, so we didn't want to directly increase their power.
Good.
With that in mind,
support
we wanted to give them quality of life oriented upgrades, so we're giving them a new slot exclusively for control wards, discounts on control wards, and a little bit more gold over time so they can keep pace a little better with the other roles.
Yes. Okay. Everyone knows support's OP. I'm sorry. I love playing support. Support's probably my favorite role besides jungle or like equal. Support's OP. Everyone knows it. This is such a nice little quality of life buff for support that doesn't make it broken. That is great. I'm so happy. And people have been asking for a separate pink word slot for a while because a lot of supports, usually you only get to buy 3 items, right? And it's really hard to slot in 3 items when like you're against a Soraka, right? All of a sudden you're like, okay, I have to get the heal cut component, then I have to get my core item, and then I have to pick which utility item I want, right? And so you pretty much only get to buy 1 item in a lot of champions if there's like heal cut or some things, which like a lot of games there are. And you have to have a slot dedicated to boots, a slot dedicated to your wards, and a slot dedicated to pink wards. And now you get a whole extra item slot. That's so nice. It's so nice. Yay! I love this. Really good change. Doesn't make support stronger. Good. The extra gold, we'll see. Good change.
Overall, we want these quests to represent meaningful power spikes in a way that leans into the unique strengths of each role. This also allows us to delete the lane swap detective mechanic that we added last year to combat pro lane swapping.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yes, because your quests are accelerated if you're in the lane you're supposed to be in, it actually hinders, you are actually having an opportunity cost for lane swapping, which only affects pro play, which I do watch, but I think there's a good way to address it.
We'll be keeping a close eye on how quests land, so please let us know your thoughts next year.
I think I'll say like quests sound really cool. I like the idea of all these quests. I think the top lane quest is interesting, having a max level cap. It also encourages split pushing, which is good, and opens up different strategies on the map with split pushing, which I really, really like. I think the mid lane one having advanced recall is a little silly, but whatever. The junglers getting more gold is fantastic because junglers do have a very serious gold fall off problem in the late game, especially if you're not snowballing. The ADC one I like a lot. I like the extra gold, and the support one's perfect. This is good.
But role quests aren't all we have planned to make your champions feel more satisfying. We're going to bring back a few items to the Rift for each class, so give them some shiny new toys, including bringing back a few familiar favorites like Gunblade.
Yes, I heard Gunblade's coming back.
Scepter of Bonking for AP fighters, which will empower your Spellblade Bonk to double your on-hit effects.
That's not the final name, is it?
Excuse me?
I would like it, but no, we're probably going to give it something in canon.
I do love bonking. Well, anyway, given none of these are...
Wait, so what did they say? They said it's like a bruiser mage item to help double your on-hit effects, or like double your sheen effects or something?
Names are final. If you're an AD fighter without a good way to get Omnivamp, you can grab Blood Sphere, which will give you some Omnivamp and also ability haste scaling with your AD.
Or if you play an AD carry who's really good at auto spacing, you can pick up Snowbow for extra range on takedown, plus damage amp based on how far away you are from your opponents.
We took a hard look at which subclasses didn't feel like they were getting enough support from the current item system and worked to fill those spaces. So we're hoping many champions have at least one of the 9 new items that they can get excited about.
Speaking of which, we're also adding crit damage back to 200%.
All right. We know that was a lot to cover. We're excited to hear...
What? Okay. So you're telling me crit damage is at 200%, which is a nice buff. I think that's good. Again, ADCs suck. You're telling me there's an ADC item that gives you range on takedown that also scales your damage based on range. Are you serious right now? And then, oh my God, will Riot ever learn their lesson with Omnivamp? There is an Omnivamp bruiser item that gives you a bunch of AD bruiser and scales your ability haste bruiser based on your AD bruiser. Oh my God. Who's gonna build this item? Every bruiser. If this item has HP, I might end it all. I don't know what to say. All right, let's see what else they have.
What you think of all these changes as the new season kicks off.
I like it.
In case you're looking for even more details or insights on these changes, make sure to check out the dev blog that's live right now.
That's it.
Okay, let's check out the dev blog and see all the items. Okay, so the first item we have is Hex Optic C44. This is a crit item that has an extremely good build path, and it's also super cheap. And this item does 10%, this is the range one, 10% increased damage with attacks based on how far you are. So if you're 700 range, it's maxed. That's pretty hard to get 700 range. A lot of champions won't do that, but I wonder if it's based on where you are when it hits versus where you are when you cast. That's a pretty cool item. And then it has, when a champion that you damage within 3 seconds die, gain 100% attack range for 6 seconds. This is pretty crazy. This is pretty crazy. Like, a lot of people remember old Lethal Tempo being like pretty insane. getting the extra range is a really, really big deal, especially for some champions who already have big range. So, you know, think your Caitlyn's, your Jinxes, your Yunaras, your Zeris, and even champions who don't have that big of a range will love it, like Sivir, like big snowball champions. So, this seems like a really good item, and I really think this seems like a good item because the build path is just so nice. Like this is such a nice item. Like, do not underestimate the quality of a build path. Like, this item not having a BF sword is huge. Like, this could have easily just been BF sword plus Noon Quiver, but instead they had it be pickaxe plus longsword plus Noon Quiver, which makes all the difference. Like, now you could just build the components of this easily, and it's a lot of AD. People are gonna like this. This could be a pretty nice first item spike on a lot of champions. It's not that expensive. It's 50 AD, and most people here know, and you should know, chat, that AD is a better item to buy early than attack speed, because in a lot of early trades you're going to be only throwing off one ability, one auto attack, and like that's it, right? It's rare that you're going to be able to get like more attacks off than is efficient early game, because your attack speed just like isn't high enough. Like, even if you buy an early attack speed item, like, it's rare you're going to get 2 attacks and somebody only gets 1. So AD is better early. This is interesting. It will be crazy with Jinx, obviously. Zeri, yes. We'll see. Okay, so the next item. So the next item is Field Hunter Bolts, which is a pure attack speed item that is also crit and also cheap. Now, why are they making ADCs get way more gold faster and also an extra item slot, but making cheap ADC items? I don't understand. So this is a pure attack speed item with movement speed. It's not that much. It's 30 ultimate haste. Okay. And after casting your ultimate, your next 3 basic attacks gain extra attack speed and critical strike for 75% of your normal crit strike damage for 8 seconds. If an attack would already crit, instead it deals 10% bonus true damage. Interesting. So this is interesting. I don't really see a use case for this item. I don't know any champion that would want to rush this item. And I mean, I have seen some champions build like X-Tech Ultimatum, like the bruisery alt item that like Nocturne builds. I've seen like Draven build it, and I've seen Vayne's build it, and maybe Vayne will build this. It has bolts in the name after all, but I don't know. Like, it's like a mini hail of blades, but it doesn't do that much damage because your crits are only doing 150% damage. The true damage is nice, but I don't know. It seems okay. It's cheap, that's for sure. Yunara item. This is gonna go hard on Briar, potentially. You hate all of this. Zeri's gonna go back in the meta. I don't think Zeri will ever come back, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. Attack speed is icky. I don't think any champion will ever rush this item unless, like, Vayne is the only one I could think of. But usually champions will want AD early, so this is awkward. It's like a second item spike, but then you're passing up on Infinity Edge. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I can't gauge the power of this very well. Maybe the extra attack speed that you're getting on those auto attacks with the Hail of Blades will make a big enough difference to like justify buying this, but your AD will be so low. So I don't know. But maybe. We'll see. Like, maybe Yunara will do it. I don't know. Kind of nuts like Kaisa too. Yeah, maybe Kaisa could do it, but it's like, you know what I mean when I say it's like first item? It's like, are you really going to buy this first item and walk up to that enemy Draven who's going to auto attack you for 250 damage and you're going to auto attack him for 70 damage? And you can be like, ha ha ha, I'm getting extra auto attacks off, and you're just dead in 6 autos. Like, I don't know. Okay, next we have Bastion Breaker. We have a 55 AD, 22 lethality, that's high, and 15 ability haste. Damage item. It builds out of double lethality items, which is a very nice build path, and 3,200 gold, so it's kind of expensive. Dealing ability damage to a champion or epic monster deals extra 5 true damage, 15 true damage for ranged, which means it does more for melee, by the way. What? That's awkward. What? So it helps you clear your jungle faster? Or like helps you do more damage with abilities? So like, I don't know, lethality Ezreal, like weird. It's not that much true damage, so it's awkward. Taking down a champion within 3 seconds of damaging to them grants sabotage. While you've sabotaged, your next attack against epic monsters or turrets deals an additional 840 true damage. What? Weird. What is that even for? Isn't the bow just mean ranged? I think usually when the bow is there, it's indicating that the champion using it is currently ranged. And that, like, if you're melee, it would have a different thing there. But I'm not 100% sure. This is really weird. I feel like this item, if you read this item and you just look at shaped charge and the stats on this item and the gold it costs, you're like, okay, this is an expensive lethality item because AD assassin items are cheap. So this is at the high end, but it's strong. Like, it gives you a lot of AD, a lot of lethality, and a little bit extra true damage to champions and epic monsters. And it's a 20-second cooldown, so it's not that great. But I feel like this is meant for junglers, but the sabotage part is awkward. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's good. Like, the only use case I see for this is like diving. Like, let's say you dive an enemy champion top lane and like you kill them, you get out, you go back in, and all of a sudden you're just doing like 840 damage to the tower. Like, that's crazy. Like, what's a tower's HP? Like 2k? Like, that's kind of crazy. Cool. Weird though, but cool. The shape charge actually isn't that good. I didn't notice the 20-second cooldown. I don't know. What do y'all think? This is awkward. Looks like Hullbreaker for lethality. Yeah, it's kind of like Hullbreaker for with lethality, but like specifically for jungle, right? Because it feels like it is for junglers because of all of the stuff they mention about epic monsters, right? But I don't know, maybe not. It's gonna make smite fights unpredictable. Yeah, if there's a kill, but there's not. I think it's rare that there's like a kill in a smite fight. Imagine invading enemy red, you kill the jungle and steal their buff and get out. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Wait, it does make invades really strong because if you get a kill on an invade, you're taking the whole jungle instantly. Obviously, you only proc sabotage once, but like, it's so good. It lasts for 90 seconds too. That's really nice. It's not even invades then, Dopa. Like, imagine, like, this could just be like you kill someone in the river. This is 90 seconds. Wait a minute. This is 90 seconds. Wait. This item is better than I think. This item is better than I think. 90 seconds. That means like you're gonna really be able to push an objective. Like, I guess like part of it is like, if you get a kill, like let's say you're a mid lane assassin or a jungle assassin, you get a kill, you have 90 seconds to make it to dragon. You're gonna kill that dragon so fast because you have this extra true damage. Wow. Okay, this is better than I think. I think this is a good jungle item actually. Like, this Kha'Zix would like love this. You get a kill with this item, dragon's done. Like, forget it, dragon's gone. You're not contesting that. That thing's dying in 8 seconds because you're getting the extra 840 damage. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. I didn't realize that the sabotage passive lasted for 90 seconds. So I think this item is better than I thought it was because it lasts for 90 seconds. It also allows you to like be versatile with it, right? Because like if you can't get dragon, for example, like let's say your enemy bot lane is just like, we're not letting you get dragon, like get away from us. You could siege and take a tower. So it like really rewards you for getting a kill. It says you got a kill, you get to do something with your kill. Like you get to do something. You can choose push a lane, or you can choose kill an objective, but you're getting something. I think that's I actually think this is a really cool item design. And it doesn't have a cooldown timer. Yeah, but it doesn't stack, Dixon. You know what I mean? So like if you get like 5 kills in a row, it's still only your next attack. But like if you gotta kill auto attack dragon, it would stack. But I think that's a really rare thing, but it'd be cool to see, you know? They said it so you could assassinate a target and then end the game. Yeah, that makes sense. For sure, that makes sense. It rewards you for getting a kill. It allows you to make progress on the map in some way. I think that's cool. I like it. 90 seconds is long. 90 seconds is very long. Cool. I like this item. All right. Next, we have an upgradable item. Oh, it's a tier item. Cool. Oh, it's an enchantress tier item. Look at this. 2250 is so cheap. What in the world? 400 and then this. So it's, wait, why does it say 4,500? What? Is there, oh, there's an upgrade path? Okay. 200 health, 8% heal shield power, 1000 mana, 100% base mana regen. Okay, that's okay. This is okay item. Wait, is there the can I see the, hold on. Okay, so gain 3 heal shield power it's based off your total mana. Interesting. While you're an ally, you've healed or shielded in the last 3 seconds are in combat with champions, each second heal the lowest nearby ally for 1% of your max mana. Okay, well, this is a Sona item. Who else will build this item, right? This item sucks on everyone. Oh, Tarek. Tarek loves this item. Okay, what? Why does it say 4,500 gold? Is there, I want to see the pre-Evo version. Doesn't look like they show it. Interesting. So this is the evolved version, right? So what is the pre-evolved version just doesn't do anything. It like just gives you the base stats and the harmony, and then you get consonants when you evolve. Yeah, cool. Interesting. Right now, the only 2 supports who build tier are Tarek and Sona. I could see other supports building tier, but there aren't really many that stack fast. Like, who's another champion who like uses tier? Not Soraka, not Lulu, like not Janna. Yumi? Yeah, I could see that. She has really high mana cost. Seraphine? Yeah, Seraphine kind of. I've seen tier Seraphine actually. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, okay. This opens up a lot of cool builds because there aren't any support items that build mana right now. You know what I mean? Almost every support in the game just builds health, ability haste, and heal shield power and mana regen. They don't really build mana, right? Like you don't see mana on a lot of support items. I can't think of one off the top of my head. So this is interesting because what else are you gonna build? Like what item like tier combos with this? Don't say Rod of Ages. You're not building Rod of Ages. It also it turns mana into a combat stat. That's cool. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Interesting. Cool item. Good Soraka Tarek item for sure. All right, let's see this next one. Rise, please. Honestly, I didn't really consider this, but no. You have to heal or shield an ally. You have to heal or shield an ally for consonants. I can't think of any tier users that heal and shield allies. You know what I mean? Like, I can't think. They don't do things to other people. But maybe there's a way for them to do something that'll like make this OP, but I can't think of it. All right, let's move on. Next, we have Eternal Hunger, a 3,000 gold 8. This is a bruiser item, 60 AD, 5% Omnivamp, and 20% Tenacity. You're actually kidding me. Oh God, I hate this. Gain ability haste scaling. Okay, this is disgusting. Gain AD scaling off, or ability haste scaling off your AD, and then when a champion that you damage within 3 seconds dies, gain 50% Omnivamp. Okay. This item's stupid. So yeah, this item's stupid. I mean, there's nothing to say. This item this is one of those items that like only has one place in the meta, and it's either that it's totally broken because Omnivamp is a broken stat and it's just going to scale like crazy, or it's going to be useless, right? There's no in between. This is a threshold item, and it depends on like the famine passive, but I mean, this is like supremely optimized stats, right? You're getting attack damage, Omnivamp, and tenacity. One of the hardest stats to get, tenacity. I mean, talk about like min-maxed item. Why is this getting tenacity? And then you're getting ability haste. And then you're getting Omnivamp on takedown, which is like, whatever. Like, it's not that good. It'll be really annoying when you play against like a Riven who dives in and one-shots somebody and then all of a sudden just heals 600 health. But like, those cases are going to be rarer than I think they will be. I don't know. This item is just annoying though. I don't have anything to say. This item is annoying. That's what I'll say. I don't necessarily think it's broken, but it's annoying, and it's going to be annoying to balance, and it's going to be annoying to play against. But I guess they wanted to reintroduce an Omnivamp item for people who aren't building the Hydra item, because right now the only people who get Omnivamp are the people who build the Hydra item, which makes sense. Like that, I mean, it's a really good item, and a lot of champions build it because of that. But the wave clear is also important. So this is like for people who already have wave clear, like Riven. Weird. Not my favorite item. I didn't even think about it, Ambessa. Mega Drink Death. All right, next we have another Lost Chapter item. LOL. This one is Actualizers. 3,100 gold, good price. 90 AP, 300 mana, 10 ability haste. And we are getting mana made real. For 8 seconds, your mana is empowered. While empowered, your spells cost 100% more mana, and you gain 18% scaling with your mana, increased ability damage, shielding, and healing, and your basic ability cooldowns progress 30% faster. What? And what procs mana made real? Does this just happen every 60 seconds, or is this something that you activate? Or is it when you do damage? This has got to be an active, right? This must be an active. It's just an active. Okay, this is crazy. I think like, wow. Wow. A basic ability cooldowns progress 30% faster is so nice. I don't think this is a Rise item, because Rise has insta cooldowns, right? All of his abilities refresh his cooldowns, but it also is a Rise item because, like, of course he wants the ability damage, right? The ability damage is just OP. Right? Doesn't, like, so many champions are gonna build this. It's an active. It's an active that just, like, increases your damage by 20%, right? Because look at this right here. It just says 18% mana, increased ability damage. So, right? Like, you're just gonna, like, pick Kassadin, Anivia, Cassiopeia, Rise. I mean, I could see maybe on the tier supports as well, but, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think they'll really want this. It's too expensive. And it's not that good on the tier supports because, like, you're not getting that much. You're getting, like, the extra shielding and healing, but, like, you could have just gotten heal shield power from Redemption, which does the same thing, except it's cheaper and better. So I don't see this as a support item, but for those other champions, I think this is pretty cool. Low ability haste, though, it is noting. I think this only works if you build a lot of AP or mana. Like, if you're just, you know, like, if you're a Lost Chapter champion, like, there's the category of Lost Chapter champions who just build one Lost Chapter item and then, like, burst items. And then there's the category of champions who stack mana. And the champions who stack mana are usually, like, hyperscalers, right? They're going, like, Tier, Roa, and then, like, Malignance, and then Death Cap, and, like, they're building all the most expensive items. I don't know if this slots in, but it probably will. Maybe they take it over Malignance. And it'll be, like, Tier, Roa, and then you go this item. And then you finish your tier item. Cool. Tier's gonna go hard, true. Skip to Gunblade, Kappa. Alright. Next up, we have Protoplasm Harness, which is HP plus HP, 2,500 gold, cheap, and it's 600 health, 15 ability haste, lifeline passive. Taking damage that reduce your health below 30% causes you to gain 200 maximum health for 5 seconds and then heal 400, scaling with your armor in MR, and I don't know what that first stat is. Level? Health over the duration. While regenerating health, you gain size, move speed, and tenacity. That's really nice. This is a great take item. Wow. It does have no resists, but this is really nice because it's functionally, like, if you think about it in terms of, like, fight effectiveness, it's like 800 health, right? Because you have the plus 200 health when you drop below 30% health, but also it's like 1,200 health because you also get health regen. And as, like, a laning item, it's also really nice because you could just, like, proc it and then heal a shit ton. And it's like sustain almost. I think this is a really, really good item. I think this item is great, actually. There's so much healing. Oh my god, there's so much healing. They better buff heal cut. Oh my god, there's so much healing, y'all. Why is everything healing? Omnivamp, healing buff items. This, like, heal, 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 heal. Enough. Yeah, this item will be good. There's not much to say. All right, next up we have Bard's weapon? Bandle pipes? Just kidding. All right, Bandle pipes, 2,000 gold. What the freak? Having the same build path as Locket and that other one that I always forget. But anyway, there are 2 items that have this build path. So this is really nice. This is for tank supports, and it's health, magic resist, armor, ability haste, just like all those items. And it says slowing or mobilizing an enemy champion grants the buff aura for 8 seconds. The buff aura grants you movement speed, while you have the buff aura. Nearby allies, including yourself, gain attack speed. Whoa. Whoa. What's the cooldown on this? They didn't show it. Whoa. This is great, right? I mean, remember earlier when I was talking about how 80 items early are OP and attack speed items suck? This is gonna push that forward. I feel like this is gonna be every tank support in the game is gonna rush this, right? Like, what do you do against a Draven Nautilus when Nautilus rushes this item and Draven rushes that AD crit item that gives you like 55 AD and like it wasn't Hail of Blades, it's something crazy. It's the range one, maybe. Yeah, it's the range one. So he's getting the attack speed, but he built all AD. This is insane. This is insane, right? This item's broken. This is getting nerfed. This is crazy, right? There's got to be a long cooldown. 8 seconds. 8 seconds. 8. What? 8 seconds? It's so long. Oh my lord. This item's so insane. This item is so insane. Wow. I don't know. There's nothing to say. This item is good on every single support. This is good on fucking Soraka. Like, this is good on everyone. This item's so good. They said it's nerfed for range. Oh, sure enough, it does have a range versus melee indicator. There needs to be an internal cooldown on this, or else you could just have the buff up permanently on a lot of champions. A lot of champions have this buff up permanently. Every champion has this buff up permanently. And also, it's all allies. Hello? Are you kidding me? This item, this item is built every game. No, I'm telling you, this item. This item is built every single game by every melee support. This item is built by like junglers. What? This item is crazy, right? Am I wrong? This item's insane. It's so efficient and it's so good. Like, why wouldn't like Sejuani jungle just build this? Like, hello, it buffs yourself. It buffs yourself. Like, why wouldn't every single like melee champion in the game just take this? This is crazy. Ivern, I don't think this is good for ranged champions. If it's like 4 seconds, it's not good for ranged champions. This is crazy. Cool. Good job, Riot.
Might be fun. Weavers.
All right. Next, we have Dusk and Dawn, which, have we ever seen an item built out of 4 components before? No. This is weird. What? Okay, so we have Sheen, we have Blasting Wand, we have attack speed for whatever reason, and a dagger, and then a Kindle Gem. And it's 3,100 gold. So, what? Completing this item costs like 200 gold, right? Let's do the math real quick. 1,100, 1,900, 2,800, it's 300 gold to finish this item. Weird. After using, and it gives you health, 70 ability power, huh? A girl from where? Blasting Wand is 20 AP? 25, how much is Blasting Wand? 45, okay, never mind, it's not that crazy. Blasting Wand is 45 AP, and this item just gives you 25 AP for finishing the item? That's crazy. It gets 300 health, 20 ability haste, 25 attack speed. After using an ability, your next attack deals a ton ton of magic damage and on hit and applies on hit effects in additional time. Is this item crazy? Like, I don't know. I don't know who likes this item. Gwen, Kale, Teemo. Is this item crazy? Varus, yeah, AP Varus can do it. Nico attack speed. Yeah. The thing about this item is that it's so much AP that like it's good on mages. You know what I mean? Like normally in the Spellblade items, unless you're Lichbane, but like yeah, normally they're okay. Normally the hybrid items are like whatever, but this is kind of a lot. It skills off your AD as well, which is nice. Katarina might like it. Maybe they're trying to bring back what's it called? Hybrid champions. This is interesting. The on-hit effects is the only part I don't really get. It kind of makes you want to stack on-hit effects. A lot of champions don't have too many on-hit effects, and like, you know, this passive is an on-hit effect, so that's gonna like you have the way I'm reading it, your next attack deals 111 magic damage on hit and applies on-hit effects in additional time. So I think it double procs itself. I think champions who want this are AP champions who have on-hit built into their kit. Because I don't think AP champions really build on hit unless they also build Nashers. But Nashers and this is a little bit of overkill, right? You're going to go Nashers and you're going to go this, and then what? It's like going Nashers and Lichbane. Maybe, I guess, but then you have to start stacking AP for real. Gwen will be good. Gwen will be good. But I can't think of any others. Maybe Cat, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Interesting. Next, we have the return of Hextech Gunblade. Finally, this game was good. This item was good when I liked the League of Legends. This was when I was a Katarina one trick, which for those who know Bormelon lore, I played Katarina only for like 7 years. I love this champion. I love this item. They ruined Katarina and this item, but I love. And let's see what they do. So we have 3,000 gold. Nice build path. Super easy build path. You love to see that, although it's awkward because what it's 2,000 to it's 600 to finish. That's not so bad. 80 AP, 40 AD, 10% lifesteal, and they brought back spell vamp. Whoa. What? And then active shocks the target, doing magic damage and slowing them. Okay, so the active is how it used to be. Does a lot of damage. Spell vamp. What a dangerous stat to have in the game. What a dangerous stat to have in the game. This item is going to have the spell vamp removed. I don't know when, but I promise you this item will have the spell vamp removed. Spell vamp is always removed from the game, and for good reason. Because you can list out every single champion that you can think of, but the champion who will inevitably end up building this item is Vlad, and champions like Vlad, and when those champions have spell vamp, they are not fair to play against. Yeah, so I definitely see this item getting removed. All right, good luck. Or at least the spell vamp getting removed. But cool, I love this item. All right, next up we have another returning fan favorite, Stormrazor. So another crit item. Oh my god, too many crit items. We have BF sword, attack speed, crit, and it's just like old Stormrazor. It gives you a lot of stats and an energized movement speed bonus. So I'm very happy. You all might remember that Stormrazor in the past used to slow the enemy by 50%, which was insane. I'm glad they went with the nerfed version of buffing your own movement speed so that you can move around, but it doesn't just automatically assassinate somebody. This item is okay. That's all. This item's good. I don't know if it's going to be OP. This is like one of those items, like most AD items where like the gold and the build path and like the optimization of the item get figured out, and eventually you're just like, okay, this is the best, this AD item is best, and you're gonna build that, and it might be this for a little bit. We'll see. Next up we have the Echoes of Helia. Excuse me, this is the same build path for Echoes of Helia, right? What did they change? Oh, new passive, Soul Siphon. Gain 35% of pre-mitigation damage dealt to champions as soul charges. Healing or shielding an ally consumes all sword charges to restore health. It doesn't do damage anymore. It's just a healing item. But you have to do damage to do healing, so you can't build this on a champion that doesn't do damage. Yes, it's okay. It's Athene's Unholy Grail, but it's not. Athene's was really good because it gave you magic resist. That was like a big part of it. But it does have the Soul Siphon thing, which is nice. Unfortunately, Athene's Unholy Grail, when it was a support item, sucked. It was only good when it was a magic resist item in mid lane. But this is cool. I like this. This will be really good for all you damage dealing mages and people who want burst healing. So cool. And I guess that's the last item. All right, interesting. I mean, this item's gonna be broken. This item's gonna be fun. This item's gonna be broken. This item's interesting. I don't know how I feel about the tier item. I want to play Tarek with that. I think this is the item I'm most excited for. This and Gunblade, yeah, of course Gunblade. I think this item is going to be so interesting. I think this is like conceptually the best item they've made in a long time. This is so interesting, the Bastion Breaker, because of Sabotage. This is so cool. I don't know why Shaped Charge is in this, because like 15 true damage to epic monsters, which like you're probably going to be proccing on epic monsters more than champions, but like even on a champion, like who cares? But I mean, I guess it's okay. But Sabotage is really cool. Really, really, really cool. I'm excited for this item a lot. We will see. It'll be fun because it gives you more options. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's continue.
From us on the Summoner's Rift team, and so we'll throw it back to Pabro and Medler, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Okay, let's talk about ranked. This year we've been making improvements to shorten queue times and make your matches more fair through improvements to inting and griefing detection. And more recently, we ran a test in late September that reduced queue times by 40% at all ranks in ranked in EU West and Oceania.
I hated this. I don't know if anyone else noticed. My queue times went from being like, let's say like 4 to 6 minutes on average to like 20 seconds on average. My game quality, awful. What did you think of this, Riot Meddler?
We want to double down on that work and make 2026 the best time yet to climb.
So next year, we'll be also tackling 2 common frustrations, mismatched teams and long queues. Something we want to address is visual rank disparity in lobbies as well. When players start their climbs late after a reset, you may see a bronze player in an otherwise gold game, which can feel particularly unfair. When in reality, that player was gold last season, but they haven't gotten back to that rank yet because they've had less time to play.
This is true, but this is just a visual thing. If I queue into a game and I see a platinum player in my game, I'm like, oh, okay. Or an emerald player, I'm like, this is a smurf, like whatever. They're just hopping on. I don't think twice about it. But I do understand the frustration. Hopefully they're adding like MMR clarity. So if someone's bronze and they're in your game, it's like, they're not. Double it and give it to the next poor melon.
So we're adding a climb indicator to loading screens when a player's MMR is higher than their visible rank. This will let other players know that you're climbing quickly and your displayed rank hasn't caught up yet.
We're also making changes to how flex and solo duo MMR are calculated. A common pain point is someone who is silver in flex and say diamond in solo duo just stomping a bunch of games, when in reality they're truly diamond in both ladders. So this season, if your solo duo MMR is much higher than your flex MMR, the system should bring your flex rank a lot closer to your solo duo one. And that should mean flex matchups will feel a fair bit more balanced moving forwards.
Next, we're making changes.
Okay, I mean, I guess like, all 14 flex queue enjoyers. Enjoy.
Just to autofill. The reality of the league is that certain roles are substantially more popular than others.
Whoa, he said they're addressing autofill. Do you believe him? Yes or no? I don't.
Autofill. The reality of the league is that certain roles are substantially more popular than others.
I'm sad.
And having an autofill jungler versus a jungle main can feel like an auto loss.
Yes.
This means that quite often people either dodge to avoid it or hold your lobby hostage in order to get you to dodge. When nobody
or we just lose.
likes queue times, this is an awful experience.
So we have a number of changes to make autofill fairer, and to reward you for sticking with the role you're assigned when you do get autofilled.
Okay.
First, if someone on your team is autofilled, the system will try to match autofilled players by role. So an auto...
This wasn't already happening? This is like our big development in 2026? This wasn't already happening?
Filled jungler versus another auto-filled jungler, for example.
Sure.
If it can't match by roles, it will then of course fall back and try to ensure the same number of auto-filled players on each team.
Okay.
We do know though that even
that's
with
good.
That balance,
it's a good change.
Autofill games can still feel discouraging when you play your best in a role that you didn't choose. That's why we're adding a new system called Aegis of Valor. If you're autofilled and earn a mastery score of C or greater, the Aegis will trigger. You won't lose
C or greater is so embarrassing.
any LP on a loss, or you'll earn double LP for a win.
What?
If you're autofilled and earn a mastery score of C or greater, the
C?
Aegis will trigger. You won't lose any LP on a loss, or you'll earn double LP for a win.
Okay, what about my team? What about my team? Hello? What if my support is autofilled and they get a freaking C and we lose and it's their fault? Do I get my LP? Where's my Aegis? Hello? It's just them? I mean, I guess it encourages people not to dodge. All right, let's think about this. Let's have a level head. Let's have a level head chat. They're really addressing dodging. They want to address dodging as an issue. A lot of people dodge when they're autofilled. And when there's an autofill in the lobby, there tends to be lots of autofills. And so like it just compounds upon itself and it's a dodge cascade. I can see how this is a good way to incentivize somebody who's autofilled to stay in the lobby. There's more?
So for those of you who main less popular roles and therefore seldom get autofilled, first of all, thanks. We haven't forgotten about you. You'll still occasionally
I didn't even think about that. That's me.
the Aegis benefit at about the same rate as other players because we want to reward the role heroes who keep the queue healthy.
Period.
Finally,
That's me.
you know how frustrating it is to be constantly returned to the queue.
It's jungle
because you
support,
get
right?
chain dodges lobby after lobby. So we've made a few updates.
First, after a pod...
Remove dodging, remove dodging, remove dodging, remove dodging, remove dodging, ban people permanently, ban people permanently, ban people permanently, la boo boo, la boo boo, la boo, la boo boo, la boo boo, la boo.
Positive response to our pilot test, we're removing the ability to ban a hovered allied champion, taking away an opportunity for a teammate to tilt off the planet before the match even starts.
Okay, that's fair.
And then second, dodging a lobby will no longer allow players to escape autofill. It'll just get carried over to the next lobby.
Gag.
We think that the Aegis of Valor should provide a solid reward for sticking around and trying.
Get shit on autofilled.
So, I mean, come on, it's double LP for a win, after all. And at Master and above, dodging an autofill will count as a full loss.
We know that this...
Whoa!
And at Master and above, dodging an autofill will count as a full loss.
Oh my god. That must suck. As somebody who hasn't been autofilled in probably 5 years, because I just play both of the least popular roles, which are support and jungle, I think. That sucks. Oh no. Oh no. That sucks. Crying.
We know that this is a pretty big change from how we've dealt with dodging in the past, and
Won't
we
affect
believe
me.
that this will lead to higher quality and faster games. Speaking of speeding things up, we're also speeding up Champ Select by cutting down on timers and animations, which should save about half a minute.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I did it.
I love that.
And if that wasn't enough, we've got one
Champ
last
Select's so
rank change. We're adding back duo queue to higher ranks, including Challenger, in most regions.
Okay.
For so many people,
I don't care.
League is better with friends. And in the past, we disabled duoing at Apex tier ranks
care.
because it's
This-
so often
this-
led to
whatever.
rank manipulation.
I don't give a shit
But
about rank.
because of the
Who
improvements
cares?
we mentioned earlier, as well as the ongoing work on boosting and ranked manipulation detection, we're confident that we can bring back high MMR duoing without it being so abused.
Who
So,
cares?
call up your friends. It's duo time.
Switching gears, let's talk about
Who
Swift
cares?
play. Swift play
I want to say, who cares? Everyone always complains about queue integrity, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Girl, who cares? Like, this affects less than like 1,000 people on the server. like the amount of people who seriously are pushing for challenger is so low. This affects like no one. Like, oh my god, like this doesn't matter. This is just a good change. Like, I don't know. Don't complain about this. This is a nothing burger.
It's duo time.
Switching gears, let's talk about Swift Play.
Okay.
Swift Play is pretty popular, and we think there's a lot of room for further improvement. Okay. And we want Swift Play to be that place where you can get in a quick game, where you and/or some friends can practice new champions, or where new players can come.
I think they meant
and learn and get
Mayhem.
footing on the Rift.
That means Swift Play should still be somewhat competitive while providing quicker queues, faster games, and serving both new and existing players. Cool. So we're rolling out some changes that should address the overall pacing, touching objectives, laning, and the jungle.
Sure.
To start with, we're bringing over a lot of the changes to Summoner's Rift generally that were talked about earlier
I didn't
in
even
this
think
video,
about that.
Except for role quests. Now, for Swift Play specific changes though, the first thing we're tackling is game pacing. Swift Play games are actually a bit long, and the general consensus is there isn't quite enough action. So things like long death timers, focusing on CSing and lane, and objective overload all take away from the promise of Swift Play.
This is nice, but
so we want to get you to the action faster,
like
more often.
Now, while some of the Season 1 changes will help
go get a
address
snack,
this,
literally.
you'll also start Swift Play at level 3 with some extra gold similar to ARAM. We're also lowering death timers across the entire game, so you're getting back into the action quicker.
Sure.
And in order to keep the game from stalling out, we look for ways for you to capitalize on the shorter.
Why don't you have the Nexuses attack each other?
So we're increasing the minion spawn frequency, putting cannon minions in every wave after the third, and introducing a new mechanic that we're calling Minion Frenzy.
If you kill an enemy champion near your minions, they'll be inspired by your actions. They'll get enraged and attack faster and deal more damage. We're also going to be making some adjustments to tower durability and making some deaths start a little bit earlier. And thus, Swift. Outside of pacing, we also want to decrease objective overload. While the removal of Artican helps, we're also going to be removing the Grubs and Rift Herald.
Minions.
Baron and Elder Dragon will also be spawning earlier, with Elder spawning at 15 minutes regardless of whether the Dragon Soul has been claimed. The game-ending power of these buffs being accessible much sooner should help in closing games a bit faster than what we're currently seeing.
And with Elder Dragon moving up, the Elemental Rift will transform after 1 dragon, and you'll get the Soul after 2. Finally, rounding out these changes for Swift Play, Jungle. Now currently, if you're not a seasoned jungle main, it can actually be pretty overwhelming in Swift Play.
Okay.
These broader pacing changes around neutral objectives should make it feel much more comfortable, and like you're not being swarmed with a...
Are we thinking while we type? You made your account in the last week. I think that not only do you suck, but I think you are weak and small and you have no biceps and you're projecting. So don't embarrass yourself. I will find myself a king with real biceps, unlike you weakling small, to choke me out when I need to. Thank you. Don't type in my chat again, Flop.
Objectives all the time.
Now we know this is a ton of information and changes, but the goal here is for Swift Play to feel swifter without it being so dense that it's overwhelming. We have a dev blog coming out today that will cover all of these changes, plus a lot more detail behind the specifics, so if you want to learn more, go for it.
Hi everyone.
Okay, overall, shut up. Overall, I do think the Swift Play changes are nice, but like, I don't know. Great. I'm still playing ARAM Mayhem.
I'm Dashi Jador, product lead, back again to chat about WASD, this time with
the tech lead for WASD. I'm Riot, call me KT.
I will never
now that
call
Worlds
it that.
Is over and we're getting closer to the end of the year, we want to check back in on the wild world of WASD. We've been on the PvE for a few months now, and in that time, we've caught and squashed over 100 bugs. All thanks to the feedback we received from all of you creative, maybe a little unhinged PvE players who've been helping us find, identify, and crush all of these pesky bugs. An extra special thanks to the players who are able to re-trigger the notorious new bug. Even beyond bugs, PvE players have been giving us great recommendations and requests.
Like, wait a minute. Look at her hoodie. She has a Poro hoodie. What? She has a Poro hoodie. I want that. Give me a Poro hoodie.
One Redditor recommended that we add an option to do a single button input to move at a 45-degree angle up and down the lane. It sounded pretty wild at first, but we found through our internal testing that it actually saved a lot of finger pain. So it will be available as an accessibility option for WASD players going forward. Since our debut on the PBE, we've been continuously updating all the different facets of WASD. We've made improvements to navigating around minions, wall sliding, the new dynamic lock camera, and more. One of these features is a new auto attack system for WASD. With practice and dedication, you'll be able to weave attacks and movement, matching the experience in point and click to reach your optimum DPS.
I don't know. There's been a lot of chirping on Twitter right now, and over the last like 6 months of like this being OP, this changing the game forever. Kiting has never been the same, and I'm like, who cares? And also, like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, adapt or die. Like, I don't know what to say. Me personally, I'm not adapting. I don't care. Whatever. I'll just die more. It won't change my gameplay at all. I'm still gonna die 20 deaths in a game. Big deal.
Our goal is to keep WASD as an alternative control scheme at all levels of play, not just for brand new players. We'll be keeping an eye on feedback as well as our internal data to ensure it remains an equitable experience.
We've also been updating our dynamic locked camera. We've added the highly requested ability to tune the camera speed to your liking.
Wow.
Along with these settings, we heard your feedback on wanting a way to scout ahead, to check for ganks, look at other lanes, and much more. So we've introduced a new feature appropriately named the Scout Ahead mode.
I just want to say, with regards to this in WASD, if you are a League of Legends enjoyer, the number one thing you should care about is League of Legends continuing into the future and being successful. Because if it doesn't do that, the game goes away, okay? The quality of the game goes down, the quality of skins go down. You want League to be a popular game. And to be a popular game, you have to attract in new people, which means you need to add quality of life features for new people, new players, and noobs, okay? So dynamic lock camera, WASD movement, all this stuff, fast, swift play that I don't care about, you don't care about, me don't care about, but they care about it. And they're people playing the game and paying Riot money. So we care about by extension, indirectly. So these are cool changes. They don't affect me in any capacity. Cool changes. People don't like things, and I don't know if it's the TISM or at all people just refusing to grow. I think people just don't like new things, ever. People hate new things all the time. So why not? Could you? Please, I'm ready for it.
When you're in dynamic locked camera, you can hold your middle mouse button to freely move your camera, and you'll snap back on release. These features, along with all the bug fixes, will be available when WASD goes live tomorrow in all queues except ranked and normal draft games. We're choosing to keep WASD out of draft modes for now, as we want to make sure you can have a smooth process for your ranked climb.
Really? Tomorrow?
Well, WASD will be live in all unranked queues except normal draft in patch 25.24, which for many of you should be tomorrow.
We saw your requests and questions about other features we've promised, like champion-specific keybinds and enabling many of these new features for point-and-click players. We're still working on them, and much more to come.
We're at the point where we want to focus on getting large amounts of player data in order to drive our development further. So we're opening up the feedback channels to our much more global audience. Now, we still don't have the exact timeline on when WASD will come to ranked. We want to ship it when it's ready,
I don't think it's going to be an issue.
Fair, balanced, bug-free, and smooth to play.
I think they can put it in ranked right away.
Please keep up the feedback and bug reports. There may still be a few stragglers out there. Only through our powers combined can we find all of them.
That's it for us.
Period.
Be sure to check back out on WASD when it's live and send your bugs, feedback, and best misplays.
Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you WASDing on the Rift.
Okay. Well, that's the whole video.
How your pickums?
Not great.
It's an ugly zip sweater. It'll link it $120.
I hope it was feeling good for me. I think I'm actually feeling great.
Really?
Totally.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Father. What the freak? Who are you
Crystal
people?
Shake raided, welcome in new jungle mains.
Hi, Crystal. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How are you? Thank you. Thank you.
Not gonna be me.
I mean, we'll see.
Good luck.
We need time to figure out what to ban.
Okay.
It won't
We
change.
know that this was a long one with a lot of info in it. And we'll see you again in January, as mentioned, to talk a bit more about Season 1 and a little bit about the rest of 2026.
Great. This was a really cool video. Just talking about everything in general. I like the theme of the map looked good. I think the skins look cute. I really liked the Cho'Gath and the Morgana skin that we saw for 2 frames, but whatever, it was cool. The change, removing Otacon, I think is huge. I think great change. Moving Baron up again is good. The new little ward circles, like I don't really understand what the new ward circles are gonna be good for. Like they'll give you burst vision, which will be nice and maybe strategically incentivize you to hold off warding to like min-max your usage of it, right? When you think someone will be revealed. That's pretty cool. They're just okay though. What was the other change to Summoner's Rift that they did? What was the other change? Oh, they the other thing that I really liked that they changed was the earlier game start time. I am so happy that the game starts earlier now. Oh my gosh. It is just so good that it's starting early. Like, I'm so happy the game is starting at whenever it's like 50 seconds. One of the biggest tilting things for me is when somebody on your team just does, they queue up the game, they go to the bathroom, whatever. I understand that. But then they just AFK or they sit under a tower or they don't do something. The enemy team coin flip invades, either kills you because they weren't watching or just gets half your jungle for free because nobody was watching. And it's just annoying and there's nothing you could do about it. And this will change that, because not only will it actually change the fact that you have less time to invade, but importantly, it will also incentivize people to take less breaks because the game starts sooner. So I think this is a big deal. I think this is cool. I think the change in the time and champion select and all these things are nice because there is a lot of downtime. When I press Q up to when I'm in game and I'm starting my jungle is like 10 minutes plus sometimes, and that shouldn't be the case. It should be right away. So very, very happy with a lot of those changes. The item changes, super excited. I think the new items are going to be for the most part great. I think some of them are going to be OP. I think only a few of them are cool, like the tier item. The range item is cool. The lethality item is cool that I was talking about. And I think the changes they also made to like the ranked system are okay. I like the autofill changes, meaning like the little shield so you don't lose LP. I also like the fact that people who are not filled will also get the shield. I think it's good. Everyone say hi to Nick. Yes. Hi. Meow. How are you, Duckbucky? Meow. I like those changes a lot. And then what do we have left? Swift play is good. Yeah, I'm really happy. I think this is a step in a great direction. I think like I'm walking away from this change being like thumbs up across the board. Like everything is good. I'm not mad about one thing in this change. I think it's all gonna be cool, experimental, interesting, fun. And yeah, I'm here for it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm here for it. It's steps in the right direction. It's fun. So we'll see. And the tower changes. Oh my God. Okay, 2 things. The quests are good. 3 things. So 3 things. I think the quests are cool. I think the top lane, mid lane, and ADC quest are cool. I think the jungle quest is cool with its scaling gold. And I like that they're slowing down jungle clear times. And the support quest opening up an extra item slot by having the control wards is cool. And then I also really like the tower like crystal plating change where all towers have platings now, which is really cool. And then also there's like crystal buildup if you haven't hit a tower in a while, which I think is really cool as well, so that you can actually take advantage of the fact that like, you know, you teleported away from a lane after you pushed it and then like the crystals will build up, you know. The one thing I really think was bad, I would say my one thing that I hated was the home guards to your most pushing minion wave, which seems like a little much, right? Like, I mean, I don't know if it's on death or on back, but like they showed a Scion running with home guards from their base all the way through top lane to the enemy tier 2 tower. That seems a little too much for me. I don't know how I feel about that. But everything else seems cool. I'm excited to see. So good devlog, really cool changes league. Excited to see what happens. Mwah.